Well, welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2 as we talk about Major League Baseball trade rumors and news that's going on behind the scenes. And, players are going to start getting moved soon, and teams are deciding whether they're going to be buyers and sellers. But before we get into that, please, of course, subscribe to the Baseball Hut 2 as the birds need some food. So please sub, and I'll be able to get some food for them. Oh, they have food. But here we go. From Fansided. Headline: Great trade fits for Shane Bieber, Brewers stars, and the Mets. Let's see what this is about. Fanside's MLB insider Robert Murray's back to great trade fits for the Milwaukee Brewers, LA Dodgers, and New York Mets. With the MLB trade deadline rapidly approaching, that is going to be on August 1st, 6 p.m. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. It's the St. Louis Cardinals. This is the trade fit from Robert Murray. The Cardinals need pitching help. It's entirely possible Shane Bieber is on the move before July 31st. But a trade that sends Bieber to St. Louis feels unlikely, primarily because of the Cardinals' place in the National League Central standings. They're 25 and 35, 10 games below 500, and in last place in the National League Central, trailing the Milwaukee Brewers by 7.5 games. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games and coming off a series in which they were swept by the Pirates. That does not sound like a team that should buy at the deadline, let alone send significant resources to the Cleveland Guardians in exchange for Bieber. Perhaps this answer changes if the Cardinals turn things around in the next 7 weeks, but they've shown no signs of doing so, and thus that makes a trade unlikely. Now, according to this, says 3 out of 10. I don't think Bieber is going to be getting traded before the deadline. That's my opinion. You can let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Another rumor: the Los Angeles Dodgers, a trade fit with Willy Adames and Corbin Burnes. This is a scenario that has been floated around by Baseball Insider's podcast, The Brewers, who traded star closer Josh Hader last year, being in a similar situation this season with Willy Adames and Corbin Burnes. Now, as you know, Corbin Burnes had the misfortune of sitting in an arbitration case with his team, which did not go well with Burnes. It kind of ruffled his feathers. He got a little grumpy about it. He didn't like being told that he wasn't nearly as good as his numbers and everything else. Because, in these arbitration hearings, they're always trying to get every nickel and dime away from a player and vice versa. And trading them to the Los Angeles Dodgers isn't any blockbuster move. After all, the Dodgers did it 2 years ago when they acquired Max Scherzer and Trey Turner from the Washington Nationals. Who says they can't do it again? And they probably have to give up. I don't even know what the get the Brewers would want. That's interesting. All indications from Milwaukee, however, are they have no plans to sell at the deadline this year, according to Major League sources, and plans to be buyers at the deadline. Perhaps this scenario could be revisited in the off-season. It makes a lot of sense for the Dodgers, given that it would fill their two biggest needs and would allow the Brewers to maximize a return for two stars who are likely to depart as free agents. Let's put this one to rest for now. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what kind of moves the Dodgers are going to make. They might stand pat at the deadline because they are so focused for next offseason to go after Ohtani. I mean, they cleared a lot of payroll space this last offseason. They did not re-sign Justin Turner, and they let a lot of people go off of free agency. They're a younger team. And they have a guy that's going to be a free agent. That's Julio Urias, and we'll see if he stays or he goes. So a lot of things with the Dodgers are kind of up in the air, but we'll see how that plays out. And finally, in this video, something a little different, at least on this video, according to this, the Cleveland Guardians trade fit with Tomas Nido. On Monday, the New York Mets designated catcher Tomas Nido for assignment only months after signing him to a 2-year, $3.7 million contract extension. All indications are that the Mets will trade Nido, and one team to watch is the Cleveland Indians. The thing about Nido, it's not a big contract. They were talking a lot about on Monday that he was going to get moved. They've been trying to move him over the last few weeks, and they couldn't move him because, as you know, you've been following the New York Mets a bit. They have the best young catching prospect in baseball playing every day in Francisco Alvarez, and interestingly enough, he's played so well that it's made Nido expendable. Nido, who's 20 and has struggled mightily at the plate this season, hitting 125. Get this these numbers are terrible. 125 batting average, 153 on-base percentage, and a 125 slugging percentage with a 278 OPS. Part of that is because of a vision issue he dealt with early in the season, of course, but he struggled at the plate throughout his career, hitting 214, 349, 308 slugging percentage with 13 home runs and 74 RBIs. But Nido provides value defensively and could be a valuable commodity alongside Mike Zunino in Cleveland. This is one to watch. Now, they say 9 out of 10. I would also mention, of course, the San Diego Padres. I know that they signed former Met, former Yankee, former Twin Gary Sanchez, but Gary's a terrible catcher. So don't be surprised if he goes to the Padres, because he's a very good defensive catcher. He was up for the Gold Glove this past offseason. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut 2. The birds thank you, I thank you, and I'll see you later.